Hello everyone. Again, it's a privilege to share with you what God has laid in my heart. Today I would like to share about relational versus attractional. See, right from the beginning, we see people are invited in the church, people are invited into Christ with attractional approach. People say that if you come to Christ, you will receive healing. The focus is always on receiving. The focus is always that if you come to God, God will fulfill your desires, your wish. We never talk about come to God and do His will. Most of the time we talk about come to God to fulfill your will. And so we always take an attractional approach. Whereas we find in the Word of God that Jesus always took a relational approach. And so we have to change the way we do ministry and we do discipling, because it's very important. Like marriage is not attractional, it's relational, because attraction will fade, but relationship will continue to multiply and grow. We see two examples in the Bible. The first one is attractional approach. It's about 10 lepers who met Jesus and requested Jesus to heal them. All of them were healed. But only one came back to Jesus to thank Him. So 10 people were there, but only one got back. And that's the result of attractional approach. We do a lot, but we get very little. But we talk about the second approach, which is relational approach. Jesus spent time with His disciples for 3.5 years. It was a relationship. And He discipled 12 men and only one got lost. So 10 people were healed, only one got back to Jesus. But 12 men whom Jesus had a good relationship with, only one got lost, and 11 of them were martyred for Christ. They were ready to do and die, and they changed the world. So that's the power of relational approach. See, disciple making involves a developmental relationship, because the process of discipleship begins with relationship. And if you want to disciple somebody, you cannot disciple somebody with the attractional approach, because there are so many people who come and go. They come to church, they come to Christ because of healing, because of blessing, because of deliverance, because of various things that happens in the presence of God. But what happens next? They fade away, they backslide, they go back, because there is no relationship with God. You know, with God we cannot have attractional approach. With God we can always have relational approach. He wants to relate to us. He wants to talk to us. He wants to grow in our relationship. He wants to walk with us. In relationship, the Great Commission, that is to go and make disciples, and greatest commandment, that is to love God and love your neighbor. The both commandments, commission and commandments, are combined. So you can exhibit God's love in relationship, not in attractional approach. You can worship with multitude, you can worship with crowd, but you cannot fellowship with a crowd. And that's why these days most of us, we feel dry even after going to church. And you might have noticed that during these days, when we did not even go for our regular worship service, but we still have grown in the Lord, because you have understood the importance of relationship with God. And when you grow in the relationship with God, you grow spiritually, you feel that you are complete in Him. May God bless you.